Welcome back to GearWire.com. I'm Bill Holland, and we are here live at Winter NAMM 2008 in Anaheim. I'm here with Raul from M Audio.
Hi, how's it going, guys? My name is Raul. I'm the marketing product specialist for M Audio.
And we're looking at Torq 1.5, right?
Yes, we're happy to announce that we are featuring Torq 1.5 here at NAMM, and I think a lot of people are going to find some new features on Torq. So for those of you that are familiar with our current version of Torq, we added some new goodies on top of that. And for those of you that are not familiar more or less with Torq, it's a great DJ program that's tailored for every level of DJ. Your traditional DJ that loves some turntables, we have control vinyl for you. Maybe the modern DJ that wants to incorporate some effects, we got you covered. Torq has built-in effects. And perhaps the next generation hybrid DJ that likes to get crazy with those glitch edits, Torq incorporates external MIDI controllers, VST effects, and you can actually rewire that. So let me get started with some new Torq 1.5.
Cool.
First and foremost, new to Torq 1.5, we have all the menu function buttons located at the top, which makes it a little easier, few less clicks.
Yeah.
More like one when you want to get into external mode and you control Torq with some vinyl, okay? One of the major new features in Torq 1.5 is called tempo anchors. It's located right here. Now, what tempo anchors is, if some of you are already familiar with Ableton Live and or Propeller Heads Recycle, it takes that same principle, and what that does is, any music pre-80s, it's made by real drummers, so it's not going to tempo sync in time. So what we did, we allow you to kind of add tempo anchors to your songs so that you could mix that in with a modern song. So it's a great new feature. It's very powerful too.
So now, like old school electro and new wave and stuff like that, you can, unlike when, we used to spin it on vinyl, now you can just go through and set the points, and now you can focus more on the mixing and what you can do with it.
Exactly. Focus on your mixing, and what that does is if the drummer happens to be a little off, because naturally drummers swing, which is what gives you that music, right. Torq will actually keep that on time for you so you can concentrate on other stuff within Torq.
Cool. Let's take a look at it.
Sure. So, like I was saying about the tempo anchors, when you engage it, the screen turns blue, indicating that you are now in this new function. And if a song, if one of your downbeats or your snares happens to swing, your mouse over one of these phase grids turns into a little plus sign, and what you can do is double click that, turns green, and now you can easily move that right over, and your song will now remain on time. It's that simple. Disengage it, music goes on.
Cool.
It's a great new feature. Yeah.
Now you were saying stuff about effects and glitch edits. Can be added. What are some of the ways you can do that?
Well, great. Torq has a great selection of effects. We have 10 built-in effects for you. Now that's standard on the current version, but we take that a step further with a new feature called chain effects mode. What that means pretty much is on the current version of Torq, when you engage an effect, it goes right out of the master output, which is cool in itself. But we have an optional new feature called chain effects where as soon as you engage it, it goes out of the chain effects mode directly to the channel fader and then through the master outputs. So you can really create some really cool delay after you cut off the song, which is really cool now, using maybe a trigger finger or any MIDI controller of choice. So that's another new feature within the effects area, the chain effects mode. Now, another little small feature that I think helps, that goes a long way is when you're in external mode, we have new GUI hide menus. So you don't need to see this mixer if you're using an external mixer. So we simply hide that, and now you're left with your browser, your waveforms, and of course your effects for both decks. So it's a great new little feature that I think goes a long way because DJs want to know what they're looking for next, and everything should be right in front of them.
Now you're telling me about something called skip protection that allows you, if you're working on crappy turntables, or if you're just you're playing like a warehouse somewhere and you've got pillows underneath turntables and like the bass is just pounding, you have a way to get around either your needles or whatever's going wrong. Tell me a little bit about that.
Sure. Or if you happen to do a gig and they're dancing too close to you and they actually bump into you. So what skip protection is, which is also new in Torq 1.5, is a feature that gives you about half a second leeway of airtime. So if your needle actually leaves the record, the music goes on, which is a butt saver. So let me give you a quick example of that right now.
Yeah, let's see that.
So right now, skip protection is off. And let me give you an example of how you would be in a club. That's what you don't want if somebody bumps into you.
Right. Now we're turning skip protection on.
with skip protection on, the needle can skip and bounce around, and you can rest assured that your music it keeps on going and have fun using Torq.
Awesome. Well, we'll be back with more from Winter NAMM 2008 on GearWire.com. I'm Bill Holland, and we're at the M Audio booth. Thanks a lot, man.
Pleasure.